tengo la vida.
Te he visto menos.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai
Jai Sachidanand.
Sachidanand, buenos días, good morning.
Yes, Jai
Bom
Sachidanand.
dia.
Bom dia.
Bom dia.
Guten Morgen.
Good morning. Wonderful. So, and after that wonderful darshan of our Gnani, doing the prayer for the salvation of the world and for the well-being of all the people who are involved in the suffering that results from kashais, suffering that result from kashai. My land, no, I won't give you an inch even. My land. You see, then after that, let us begin our satsang today at the feet of our Vitarag Lord, as we see in the picture of Marcella, the Lord holding the flowers, His grace is all powerful. This Vitarag Lord is the reason why the energy of peace and liberation continues to exist in this very, very dangerous and violent world,
Vamos a comenzar el satsang de hoy después de haber escuchado las hermosas oraciones y cantos para la salvación del mundo en este momento de guerra, y que todo esto surge por los kashais. Esta tierra es mía, te voy a dar este pedacito nada más, y lo vamos a hacer a los pies del Lord, de este Lord Vitarag, y en su gracia, y le pedimos las bendiciones para este mundo que es tan peligroso.
The I is not as much of a problem for human beings as much as the my, you see, my. But the problem is the I and the my are always connected, you see. So the moment you say, I am this body, if the body is not happy with what is available to it, it wants more, you see, it wants everything, you see. The body becomes perpetually hungry and in hunger beyond limits, you see.
Yes. El problema no es el yo, el problema es lo mío. Y cuando el yo y lo mío se mezclan, se confunde que yo soy este cuerpo. Ahí surge el problema porque el cuerpo quiere más y más y más y quiere todo. Y permanentemente va más allá de los límites.
And so, our dearest Dadashri, the liberator of all the liberators, he is the most practical liberator, you see. He just removed us not only from the my, but he removed us from the I too. So the I and the my are removed in the Gnan Vidhi, and we come home. We come home to who we really are, so that we can see this hunger as it was, and we can also see the hunger normalizing to the simple needs of this body only, you see, and nothing else.
Yes. Entonces, las palabras de nuestro querido Dadashri son liberadoras, más que liberadoras, y él en la práctica, y él nos liberó nos liberó del yo y del mío, fueron absolutamente removidos y volvimos al hogar. Y desde este lugar, desde este hogar podemos ver el hambre del mundo, la codicia, el querer tener. Y entonces nosotros podemos ver eso y también ver el hambre natural que tiene nuestro propio cuerpo.
So as we begin our satsang this morning, let us have the three mantra. Let's have our dear Tela offer the three mantra.
Y nosotros vamos a empezar este sábado, este satsang con el trimantra y le pide a la querida Tela que lo recite, por favor.
Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Sidanam, Namo Ayareyanam, Namo Uvasayanam, Namo Loyesavasaunam. Su Anchanamugaru Ashano Laham Chasavesin Pagmaham Avaimangalam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai Om Namah Shivai Jai Chitanand Jai Satchitanand Jai Satchitanand.
Thank you. Jai Satchitanand.
Gracias, Jai Satchitanand.
So we continue with our flawless vision today, the flawless vision session. And for that,
The last thing we done is the title was Bitter Circumstance Can Be Sweet.
Yes, and so let me share that link with you and chat. And yes, I found it, so let me share it here. Okay, I have two. The other one is July 2010. Yes. And you can see this, here, right? Here.
Yes.
And we go to page 32, I believe. Satisfying the ego, the science of karma, difference in the intellect, one's own vibrations creates counter vibrations, hurting someone, and then the next one is you only have to have the intent, and it is worthwhile to remain aware in this world, Supreme Soul, and the Lord so benefit even in the loss, and then love for favorable circumstances we did, bitter circumstances can be made sweet. And now this one.
That's the one we've done. Yeah, next.
Yes, this one, pure awareness in worldly life. All right, so this is on page 37 now. You have to mark that. And pure awareness in worldly life. This is otherwise known as Shuddha Upayog. Shuddha Upayog. So I will read pure awareness in worldly life, and you should just say not only pure awareness in worldly life, but maintain, add here, maintain pure awareness in worldly life. That is what is the heading, you see.
El título que está escrito dice la conciencia pura en la vida humana, pero es mantener la conciencia pura en la vida humana. Ese es el título.
Okay, right. Dadashri is asking now us all. Dadashri is asking us all, what do you have to do after you attain self-realization? Knowledge of the self, K capital here, knowledge of the self, and yeah, go on, read that.
Dice que debes hacer una vez que alcanzas la realización del ser, el conocimiento del ser, y conocimiento va con mayúsculas ahí.
You have to maintain pure awareness as the self. That is what, you have to correct this sentence. You have to maintain pure awareness as / of the self. Yo soy llama pura, and that awareness, not this awareness, maintained awareness. There are two types of awareness. One is awareness as Tela, and the other awareness is as Amapura. So you have to maintain pure awareness as the self, and that is called Shuddha Upayog. Okay?
Bueno, acá dice que tú debes de mantener, está escrito que tú debes mantener el conocimiento, Upayog, pero en realidad lo que debes de hacer, porque hay dos clases de conocimiento, uno es el de Tela y otro es el del alma pura. Entonces es mantener, tú debes mantener el conocimiento puro del ser.
Okay, until now until now means until the Gnanvidi, you never had the direct, pure awareness of the self as the self, you see, of the self and as the self. You were dancing according to your relative self, Prakruti, and then you claimed, I danced, I made the donation, I did this, I did that, I did so much service. Now you have attained the self, S capital. So you have to be in that direct, pure awareness, not of the self. You cannot be in the awareness of the self, but of as the self. You see, you cannot be in the awareness of the sun. You can keep on saying, this is the sun, this is the sun. But if you are the sun, then your awareness is as the sun, you see. So it is as the self.
Do you want I translate this now?
Yeah. Go ahead and do that. Sorry, before.
Okay. Dice, hasta ahora tú nunca has tenido el conocimiento directo del ser, ¿no? Entonces tú has estado bailando de acuerdo al ser relativo o el prakruti, y después has dicho, oh, yo bailé, yo hice una donación, yo hice esto, yo hice aquello, y yo hice mucho servicio. Ahora que has obtenido el ser, que tú has obtenido el ser, tú tienes que estar en la forma directa del puro conocimiento, y dice of the self, y no es el ser, sino ser el ser, ¿no? Porque una cosa es decir, ese es el sol, ese es el sol, ese es el sol, y podés describirlo, pero sí tenés que estar, lo que está diciendo Dadashri aquí dice, tú debes de ser el sol, y cuando eres el sol, entonces tienes el conocimiento del sol.
This is very important.
Sorry, Sudha. Patricia, no es conocimiento, es la conciencia.
Conciencia, gracias, Lau.
Awareness, you see. All right, now. Okay, share screen again. All right. Okay, thank you. Now, you have become the self, Purush, P capital here, okay, Purush. And the relative self, which is called the Prakriti, has been separated from you and disconnected. However, the Prakriti is not going to refrain from doing its part. It is not going to let go. And you, the Purush, P capital, I tell you the reason why I say P capital, because Purush has two meanings in India. It means a male, you know. Purush is in relative, this small p means it's a male, he's a guy, you know, a male person. But P capital Purush means Ama Pura, you see. And so you, the Ama Pura, have to remain in the Purusharth of the self. And again P capital here, because there are two types of Purusharth. One is the Purusharth as Laura, and the other is the Purusharth as the self, you see, as Amapura. All right.
Yes. Tú te has vuelto el ser, un Purush con mayúscula va Purush, ¿no? Porque hay dos clases. Uno es el Purush con minúscula, que quiere decir hombre, y el otro con mayúscula es alma pura. Y el relativo, el Prakrute, ha estado separado y desconectado pero el Prakruti no va a decir que tú estás, es que ha sido separado, pero no va a estar diciendo de dónde y qué parte.
Yeah,
y tú, el Purush con mayúscula, permaneces en Purusharth, o sea, siendo el ser.
And the Purusharth is of, there are two types. One is the P capital Purusharth of the Amapura as the self, and the other Purusharth is the Purusharth as Patricia. You see, if you do something good or something bad, that is called the small P Purusharth, you see. One is the Purusharth of doership, and the other one is the Purusharth of knowing everything. You see, knowing what's going on and not interfering, you see.
Uno es el Purusharth con mayúscula, que es como el ser, y otro es con minúscula, es el Purusharth de Patricia, que puede hace bien o hace mal. Es el hacedor. Y con mayúscula es el conocedor.
Mm-hmm. Now again it says, it means you have to do the Purusharth, and this is the P capital. The P capital Purusharth is the Y capital is the Amapura, the one who says also Amasoya Amapura. So you might have to do the Purusharth, that means the 5 Agnas. You see, you have to remain within the Agnas, the special directives that the Gnani Purush has given you. Remain in your Upayog, in the awareness, this is correct, as the self. In the awareness, you're in your Upayog, in the awareness as the self. Okay, now I'll let you read this here.
Yes. Ahora debes mantener la conciencia, Upayog. Hasta ahora habías tenido conciencia pura, directa del ser. Danzabas de acuerdo a tu ser relativo, a tu Prakruti, y solo sostenías. Yo dancé, yo hice la donación, hice esto, hice aquello, hice tanto servicio. Ahora tú has alcanzado el ser, entonces debes de estar en conciencia pura del ser. Te has convertido en el ser. Sin embargo, el Prakruti no se abstendrá de hacer su parte, no dejará que lo eliminen. Y tú, el Purush, con mayúscula sería, debes permanecer en Purushar, con mayúscula también, y ser el ser. Significa que debes hacer el Purushar. también con mayúscula. Debes permanecer en las agnas. Las directivas especiales que el Gnani Purush te ha dado es permanece en tu Upayog, en la conciencia como el ser.
Okay, now, Dada is now describing the Upayog. What does Upayog mean? Upayog. You see, Upayog mean when you are out walking and there are dogs, cats, and donkeys passing by, but you see them casually. If you just see them as cats, dogs, and donkeys, you have wasted the Upayog, which is the awareness. Because now you and I have dual awareness, you see. Before the Gnanvidhi, we had only one vision. Donkey, cat, man, woman, etc. Now we have dual awareness. Donkey, but I'm a pura. Woman, I'm a pura. Man, I'm a pura, you see. So if you see them this way, if you see the pure soul, the Shuddhatma, the self in them as you are walking, that is called pure awareness. Shuddha Upayog. Shuddha Upayog is so precious that if one remains in it continuously for an hour, he will obtain the life of Indra. Indra in Indian mythology is the king of all the heavenly or the celestial beings. There is a celestial realm, and they say there is a king out there, but whatever it means, you will attain the life, you will go higher, and you will go into, after this life, you will go into the celestial realm, you see. We don't want to go there, we just want to go to Mahavidya Kshetra, but this is the importance of this. This is the preciousness of Shuddha Upayog. Okay, go on.
Dice, ¿qué significa Upayog? Dice, cuando vas caminando y pasan perros y gatos y burros, pero los ves sin pensar, sin prestar atención. Has despreciado el Upayog, la conciencia. Si ves el alma pura, Shuddhatma, el ser en ellos, eso se llama conciencia pura, Shuddha Upayog. El Shuddha Upayog es tan precioso que si uno permanece en él continuamente por una hora, alcanzará la vida de Indra, el rey de todos los seres celestiales. Esto es, en realidad todos queremos ir a Mahavidya Kshetra, ¿no? Pero esto es importante saberlo.
See, the meaning of the word upayog, the simple meaning of the word upayog in our language or in the, in Gujarati means use. You see, for instance, I have this beautiful pen, you see. I have this pen, right? I have this pen. If I just carry it to show people, or I put it in my pocket and I take it out of my pocket and I just carry it around to show that I have a very, very beautiful, expensive pen, you see, I'm not using it right. I'm supposed to write something meaningful with it. Right, you see. Then I'm using it. You see? I'm using this pen. I'm doing upayog. I'm doing upayog. If you have a car in your driveway and you don't even drive it for 6 months, you're not using it, you see. It's just sitting there, So that is the simple meaning of upayog. But so there is a relative use of everything that we have, our speech, our tongue, our ability to communicate with human beings, you see. If we just talk nonsense from morning till evening, you see, it is we're using it, but it will go into the good or bad use of it. Whereas if you do vidhis with it, if you talk about the Lord, if you talk about liberation, then it goes into pure awareness. Yes, it goes into Shuddha Upayog. So the use of this mind, speech, and body can go in so many different directions, you see.
Yes. Yes. Upayog en Gujarati quiere decir usar, ¿no? Y muestra la lapicera Shuddha. Dice, yo puedo llevar esta lapicera para mostrarle al mundo que tengo una lapicera cara, que tengo una hermosa lapicera. Entonces no estoy haciendo un buen uso. Con esta lapicera tengo que escribir buenas cosas y escribir y escribir y escribir. Es lo mismo de tener un auto. Si tengo el auto y lo tengo ahí y solo voy y me siento, no estoy haciendo uso del auto, solo voy y me siento. En lo relativo también tenemos las palabras, tenemos la mente, pero si pasamos hablando tonterías todo el día, no estoy haciendo un buen uso de la palabra. Pero si hablo del Lord, si hablo de la liberación, voy entonces en la pura conciencia. Estas son las diferencias del uso.
The highest Shuddha Upayog, the highest pure applied awareness is the easiest for you and I. It is to see the llama pura in the other human being, you see. Whether you like him or you don't like him doesn't matter. If you see the llama pura, you say that is called pure applied awareness, you see. And everything else is relative awareness, and that could be good or bad or absolutely horrible, you see. So the easiest of these 5 agnas, my friends, is this agna too. See the amapura in the dog, in the cat, in the man, in the woman, in the people on the TV, in all these people, millions escaping Ukraine, you just see amapura, amapura, amapura. That's it, amapura, amapura. And that means you have not wasted your capacity, you have not wasted your very precious time as the awakened one in this body. You see, you are the awakened one in this body. Only, others do not have what you and I have. We have the experience of the Amapura, and we are using it. We are using it. You see? Mm-hmm.
Yes. Lo más elevado es la pura aplicación de la conciencia. Y esto es fácil, es ver el alma pura, más allá de que nos guste o no nos guste. Y es aplicar la pura conciencia, Y todo lo demás es relativo, es bueno, malo o absolutamente horrible. Lo más fácil de estas 5 agnas es el agna 2, y es ver el alma pura en los animales, en los perros, en los gatos, en el hombre y en la mujer y en la televisión y en todo. El alma pura, el agna número 2. Y esto dice que no desgastes tu tiempo. Tú eres la conciencia en este cuerpo y la usas y la usas.
You apply this agna and nothing will touch you. You will be absolutely, answer is, you will be saved. You'll be saved. You'll be absolutely protected. The relative is under scientific circumstantial evidence, and you cannot change that. There is no one born in this world who can change scientific circumstantial evidence, you see. All the Western nations and all the big powers of the Western world and the United States have tried to prevent this war, and they have not been successful. You see, this is SCE Vyavasthit.
Yes. Tu aplicación de este Agna 2, la aplicación de este Agna 2, si aplicas este Agna 2, nada te tocarás y estarás a salvo y protegido. En lo relativo, todo está bajo la influencia de las evidencias científicas circunstanciales y nadie, absolutamente nadie, puede cambiar las evidencias científicas circunstanciales. Incluso Estados Unidos quiso parar esta guerra y no pudo porque está bajo el control de Yavastit.
Let us go forward. Questioner is asking, can pure awareness, which is Shuddha Upayog, be maintained in worldly business or in daily interactions of the worldly life?
Pregunta, ¿se puede mantener la conciencia pura en asuntos mundanos o en las interacciones cotidianas de la vida?
And the Dadashri's answer is, interaction in worldly life, vyavahar and pure awareness, Shuddha Upayog, have nothing to do with each other. This is so amazing. Okay. One may be involved in his business or something else. Arjun was involved in the killing and the massacre of his own brothers and the entire army on the other side. You see, pure awareness, Shuddha Upayog, arises only after attaining self-realization. It arises after one becomes the self as capital. P capital Purush, okay? All of this needs to be changed, when you revise it. P capital Purush. No one can attain pure awareness before attaining Gnan. Now you can have, Dadashri says, now you can have pure awareness. You see?
La interacción de la vida mundana y a bajar y la conciencia pura, Shuddha Upayog, no tienen nada que ver una con la otra. De hecho, Arjuna estaba peleando con un ejército y matando a sus primos, tíos, unos masacres y unas masacres, ¿no? Pero uno puede estar envuelto en sus asuntos. La conciencia pura, Shuddha Upayog, surge solamente después de alcanzar la realización del ser. Surge después de que la persona se transforma en el ser, en Purush. Y esto tendría que estar escrito con mayúscula, Purush. Nadie puede alcanzar la conciencia pura antes de alcanzar el Gnan. Ahora tú puedes tener conciencia pura.
So the questioner is asking, so if we see the donkey as the pure soul, Paramatma, wait a minute, let me check the Gujarati here, hold on. એટલે શુદ્ધ ઉપયોગ એટલે ગધેડાને આપણે પરમાત્મા તરીકે જોઈએ Paramatma manye to. Okay, so if we see the donkey as the absolute or pure soul, just put, the questioner is asking, if we see the donkey as the absolute or pure soul, Paramatma, God, we believe it to be a Paramatma, then, and I know, it's, Dadashri stops him because he is speaking. Go on, read this.
Pregunta, entonces, si vemos al burro como una absoluta alma pura, Paramatma, el ser supremo, creemos que él es Paramatma entonces.
Dadashri says, no, you do not have to believe it to be a Paramatma. The Supreme Self is the one within, inside it. And the one that you see on the outside is a donkey. You have to put your sacks, the donkeys in India are used to carry heavy load, the sacks on the donkey's back, and you have to see the Paramatma within and get your work done, you see. Dada used to use donkeys for his construction work, you see.
Dada usaba burros para la construcción que llevan sacos para cargar cosas. Dada responde, no debes creer que es Paramatma. El Ser Supremo es lo que le es inherente. Lo que ves es en el exterior es un burro. Y debes poner tus sacos sobre el lomo del burro y debes ver el Paramatma en él y hacer tu trabajo.
You should. Now, this is point number. By the way, all these numbers are a lot of keys of the flawless vision. You see, these are key number 6. You should interact with your wife. You should interact with your wife after seeing the Supreme Self. This is called, instead of the word Supreme Self, just say Absolute Self, Paramatma within her, God within her. Otherwise, is a married man going to become ascetic? Bhavo. Now, this is a very loaded sentence, you see. Should these young men who have taken Gnan become ascetics? No. They do not have to become ascetics. All they have to do is to see the God within their wives. What does the God within the self say? Do my darshan, acknowledge me, the llama, the self. I do not have any complaints or needs. The worldly interactions are verily worldly by nature. They are separate by nature. But in your worldly interactions, see me, M capital, ama pura absoluto. Be mindful of me. Maintain pure awareness. Shuddha Upayog.
Todas estas líneas que están subrayadas y tienen un número son las llaves de la visión impecable. Y dice, debes interactuar con tu esposa luego de ver el absoluto ser en ella. De otro modo se transformará un hombre casado en asceta, pavo. ¿Deben estos hombres casados que han tomado el Gnan volverse ascetas? No. ¿Deben volverse ascetas? No. Todo lo que tienen que hacer es ver a Dios en sus esposas. ¿Qué dice Dios en uno? El ser. Haz mi darshan, da cuenta de mi ser. No tengo ninguna otra queja ni necesidad. Las interacciones mundanas son de la naturaleza verdaderamente mundana, pero tus acciones mundanas es mundanas. Veme, ten conciencia de mí con mayúscula y mantén la conciencia pura. Shuddha Upayog.
Okay, now this one here, should the young married man who have taken Gnan become ascetics, which is implying, the other is implying, because now he has taken Gnan, should he not have sex with his wife? You see? So Dadashri says, no, they don't have to stop doing what they're doing. The worldly interactions as a husband-wife have got nothing to do with seeing God in each other. You see? These two are separate. These two are separate. This is programmed, sex or no sex, or whatever the body does with each other is programmed from past life. This is the knowledge of liberation. Llama, pura. I am pure soul and you too are pure soul. You too are pure soul. You see? So this is a very, very important beautiful knowledge that Dada is giving about how to move about. This is a very important question, you see, about, about what we just read, that what is the connection between worldly interaction, whatever you do with your mind, speech and body, and the Amapura. And there is no connection. There was no connection. There never was any connection. Out of ignorance you believed in the past, I am this body, I am doing this, my wife, she betrayed me, etc., etc. All of this is the relative world. People do not have any awareness of of the beautiful Amapura behind that is eternal.
Yes. Entonces, cuando le preguntan, entonces un hombre que está casado y toma el Nan debe volverse asceta, no, le dice Dadashri. No tiene que dejar de tener sexo, no debe de dejar de lo relativo, y también debe verla como alma pura. El conocimiento del ser, yo soy alma pura y tú eres alma pura también. Ese es el hermoso conocimiento que nos permite movernos en esta vida mundana. Y una cosa es la vida mundana, es lo relativo, y el alma pura es otra, no hay conexión allí. Antes estábamos en ignorancia sobre yo hice esto, la otra persona me hizo lo otro, me traicionó, pero todo eso sucede en lo relativo. Sucede en lo relativo. Es como poder ver el alma pura que está detrás de todo lo que sucede, de todas las personas.
Okay, so let us take a break for you. We're taking an early break, and then we will. We'll take an early break, about 10 minutes, and then we come back with all the questions or interactions or anybody who has studied this well, because what you have, I'll keep it again in the screen. This is very amazing material that Dada is giving. It is not only about flawless vision, but it is about our further progress. It is about understanding this magnificent chapter. It is a big chapter, this pure awareness as the self. So Amapura, what do I do next? What is my role? Okay, so.
Vamos a ir a un recreo temprano y después vamos a volver a contestar preguntas o a compartir. Y este es un capítulo maravilloso porque habla del progreso, del entendimiento del ser.
Okay, my friends. So I'll share the screen so you can all have it in front of you if you need to.
Va a dejar la pantalla por si la queremos ver.
Yes, and you have the link, and we will be back in 10 minutes, all right?
Tienen el link y en 10 minutos volvemos. Jai Satchitanand. Thank you.
Jai Satchidanand, thank you.
Thank you.
So let us continue. All right.
Continuamos.
Yes.
Does anyone want to say anything about what we just read, or anything else about Shuddha Upayog, or Dada says continue to practice pure applied awareness, you see. And is the heading, continue to apply pure applied awareness, Shuddha Upayog.
¿Alguien quiere compartir algo o hacer alguna pregunta sobre Shuddha Upayog, que es la pura aplicación de la conciencia?
Applied.
Yo tengo una pregunta.
Well, who is this? Yes.
Laura.
Yes, Laura.
Porque me ha confundido lo que hemos leído. Porque si yo Lo que he entendido, ¿vale? Es que tengo que continuar con mis interacciones mundanas, con lo que Laura hacía, pero eso me confunde porque si yo dejo que Laura haga lo que le parece, sería un desastre. Quiero decir, pues a lo mejor dañaría a alguien porque podría gritar o podría, yo qué sé. Claro que a veces pasa, pero yo intento que no pase, como con la conciencia de no dañar al otro. Entonces esto me confunde. No sé si tengo que intentar no cambiar, pero sí ver primero el alma pura y luego interactuar con el otro. No sé, estoy confusa, muy confusa. No sé si te he trasladado bien lo que me pasa.
¿Querés traducirlo vos? Que está bueno que...
Es que estoy muy liada, no sé si voy a poder. Prefiero que estás tú.
Bueno, corregime.
No.
Laura is a little bit confused because if she continues as Laura in the relative doing what Laura wants, maybe she can hurt somebody. But she's in the, her intention is not to hurt anybody. So she's a little bit confused about that. Word interactions. Let Laura do whatever Laura do. ¿Está bien así, Laura?
You see, that is why this Gnani is not available for everyone. This Gnan is available for who are human beings whose merit karma is of the kind which is of the highest quality, and their human experiences have gone to that level in previous lives. You see, this Gnan is not for everyone. You see, no matter how hard you try as Laura to explain to your best friend how beautiful this Gnani is, if it is not here in her merit karma, in her effect, in her current life effect, is not going to happen. It is not going to happen. That is number one. Go on.
Por eso el Gnan no está disponible para todos, ¿no? El karma de mérito es una cualidad muy elevada que viene de grandes esfuerzos en la vida pasada e intenciones. Entonces Laura puede pasarse todo el día contando lo maravilloso que es esto, y la otra persona no entiende porque no está en su karma meritorio, no está en su efecto.
Yeah, now the one who is awakened now is no longer claiming that I am Laura. Yes, she tells the world, yes, I'm Laura, but inside she says, "Eu sou Alma pura." You say, "Soy Alma pura." Now that one has absolutely no intention to hurt anyone. That one is pure and non-violent. You see, that one cannot hurt anyone because that one is part of the Amapura by 2%. You see, absolute Amapura by 2%. That one can never hurt anyone. You see, that one is saying, I don't want to hurt anyone. Yes, and there is no connection between Laura doing what she is doing and the one who is separated and going to moksha, is going to final liberation. Okay, translate that, please.
Yes. Ahora, el que está consciente, ahora, no dice yo soy Laura. Por supuesto que sí, frente al mundo dice yo soy Laura. Pero tiene el total conocimiento de que es alma pura. Y un alma pura no puede ser violento jamás, no puede herir, porque es absolutamente alma pura en un 2%. Y nunca va a herir a nadie, porque no hay conexión entre lo que Laura hace y el que está separado, que va a moksha.
Mm-hmm. You know, what you're saying is the exact problem that Arjun was having, with Lord Krishna. When he saw his brothers, and he had 100 cousin brothers on the other side of the battlefield. He had his grand uncle, who was he was the grandfather, the grand man for everybody on this side and that side was on the other side. And then he was there, his own teacher, Arjun's own guru, the teacher who taught him all the skills of mass destruction, was on the other side. And he says, there's no way I can fight. He says, there's no way I can fight. And that's why the Lord explained in so many different ways, or removed his doubts, you see. But then final doubt was removed, and when the Lord told him that you believe that you are this body, you are not this body. Final doubt was removed when the Lord showed him the total picture of what is really happening, you see. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Esto que estás diciendo, Laura, es el exacto dilema que tuvo Arjuna con Krishna cuando iba a la guerra. Y en el bando contrario estaban sus hermanos, y estaba su tío, que era como un gran abuelo, y que fue un maestro y fue su gurú que le enseñó todas sus habilidades a todos, pero estaba en el bando contrario. Y Arjuna dijo, yo no puedo pelear. Por eso el Lord le explicó y removió sus dudas. Y él seguía teniendo dudas, pero finalmente las removió diciéndole, ¿tú crees que eres este cuerpo? Entonces le mostró la totalidad de lo que estaba sucediendo.
Yeah, you see this, whatever hurt Laura is going to do, whatever help Laura is going to give, that is already programmed. The error is to believe, and both of these are done by this machine, this programmed machine called the body, and you are entering into the same belief that I am doing it. You see, that you're not doing it. It's the programmed machine that is now doing its work. You don't want to fight with your husband. You really do not want to say anything hurtful to him. But how many times in a week does that happen? You'd have to look inside and you can see it. It's happening. You see? And so how do you prevent it? You see his pura. But before you see his Amapura, you have to be in the Amapura. You cannot say as Laura, oh, he's Amapura. It's not going to work. You have to come into the Amapura. Yoso Amapura. He is Amapura. This is This is puppets, programmed puppets, fighting, making love, fighting, making love. This is how it's programmed.
Yes. Todo lo que suceda, todo, ¿no? Si herís a alguien o lo que fuere, todo está programado, ¿no? Está el programa en la maquinaria. El problema es que vos crees que sos esta máquina, que vos sos la que lo está haciendo, pero es la máquina la que está programada. Entonces, por ejemplo, no quieres herir a tu marido, pero ves que suceden discusiones o lo que fuera que sucede durante la semana, y lo puedes ver. ¿Y cómo puedes prevenirlo? Dices, él es alma pura, pero primero tú tienes que decir, yo soy alma pura, para poder decir, él es alma pura. Y todo está absolutamente programado y nosotros somos como títeres que funcionamos según ese programa.
You know, just imagine Arjun killing his teacher who taught him all this art of killing. And after he sees his body of the teacher and he says, you know, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Isn't that odd? Isn't that absolutely stupid? You know, he is already in the Amapura mode. He has surrendered his body to the Lord. And the Lord is taking him. He says, Lord, my Lord, take me wherever you take me. And they switched the roles. The Lord started handling the horses, and the Lord will direct the chariot to wherever it needed to go in the huge battlefield. And he completed his discharge, his role, his program. He completed his program. And in that very life, he attained moksha, liberation, despite killing everyone.
Wow. Imagina a Arjuna tener que matar a su maestro, un maestro que le enseñó todas las habilidades para matar, y lo mata. Imagínense Arjuna pidiéndole perdón al maestro muerto, como raro, ¿no? Tonto. ¿Y qué hizo Arjuna? Arjuna le entregó al Lord absolutamente todo. Y el Lord manejó sus caballos, y le entregó y dijo como que seas tú el que dirige esto. Y el Lord lleva los caballos, lleva el carro y lo lleva al final de la batalla y mueren todas las personas que mueren. Y así termina la programación de Arjuna y puede ir a moksha.
Not only that, he entered, he became the self in the whole process. So he remained as the self, and the programmed machine of a warrior took over. And the Lord told him, right now you're crying, oh no, I don't want to fight. But when they make this big sound, okay, time to fight now, you see, because there was some order, when the big sound horn is made, okay, now fight, then there was some order. They never fought in the night. During the daytime they would fight, and when the sun goes down they will all go home. They don't touch each other, you see. And so the Lord told him, when they make the sound, the warrior in you will wake up. That's your prakriti. Your prakriti will respond. You see, you are crying now, you're wailing, you're acting like a baby, but I can see You think you're going to kill them? That's your problem. I can see them all dead. I can see all of us dead, he says. The Lord says, we are all, this is I can see it. So this is how it is for all of us. We're making the error that I am this body, I am doing this. This is program, my friend. This word programmed is very, very powerful. Program in the past life through intentions and design, and it takes 100 years to give this effect as babies in the womb of the mother, you see. Some babies are nice, some babies kick the mother from inside, you see.
Él se volvió el ser en todo el proceso, Arjuna. Y entonces la máquina programada comenzó a funcionar. Entonces el Lord le dijo, mientras que Arjuna se quejaba de que no iba a poder pelear, el Lord le dijo, cuando el cuerno suene, el guerrero que hay, el Prakruti, despertará, ¿no? Porque se peleaba de día, no se peleaba de noche. Y ahora está llorando como un bebé, pero al sonar el cuerno, el guerrero se despertará. Y yo puedo verlo todo, puedo verlo a todos muertos, decía el Lord, yo puedo verlo. El tema es que es este de creer que soy yo el que hace, yo soy este. Este es un programa absolutamente poderoso, cargado en la vida pasada con las intenciones y los deseos, que 100 años después está dando sus efectos. Y es como un bebé que está en la panza de la mamá y puede patear. Hay bebés que son tiernos, tranquilos, y otros que son más intranquilos.
No. We just read in our recent Vyavasthit section that you are responsible, you are a doer at the time of programming, at the time of planning, but you are not a doer at the time it is appearing in front of you. At the time of the effect, you are not the doer.
Estuvimos viendo en Vyavasthit que tú eres responsable y eres el hacedor cuando estás planificando, cuando estás con las intenciones y planificando. Ahí eres responsable en Vyavasthit. Pero en el efecto no eres el hacedor.
Mm-hmm. You see, if a person who didn't deserve it, and there is no one who doesn't deserve it. If they meet Dada, he deserves it, okay, to get the Gnan Vidhi. But Lord Mahavir and the previous lords did not disclose this knowledge of Vyavasthit. That scientific circumstantial evidence is the doer. You are not doing it. Indeed, they did not disclose it because bad and wicked people would abuse it. I'm not doing it. Evidences are doing it. You see, they will say, I'm not doing it. This is evidences are doing it. Yeah. You see, without remorse, they can do what dictators and very, very bad dictators in the world are doing in this world, you see. They don't have this knowledge. They are drunk with the hunger of power over people, you see. Money is not a problem for them. They want more power.
Yes. por eso es que hay personas que no merecen tener este conocimiento. Para Dada sí, todos son merecedores de esto, pero por ejemplo para Lord Mahavir y anteriores previos lords no dieron esto a conocer, porque hay gente que podría abusar, ser abusiva de este conocimiento y harían cualquier cosa. Total, esto es llama, yo no, sí, es un descarga. Yo no lo hice, lo harían sin absolutamente ningún remordimiento, como hacen los dictadores a través de todo el mundo, que están borrachos o de poder, no de dinero, de poder.
Yes, you are right, my dear Laura, that in your awareness you are able to see the slightest pain that arises, you see, and that is the beginning stages of awareness, and the higher stages of awareness is I am absolutely the non-doer, I'm not doing anything, but until that stage comes, to make Laura feel good, not you. Amapura doesn't need any good feelings. To make Laura feel good, better, make Laura do pratikraman. Okay, do pratikraman.
Laura, sí estás en lo correcto, porque puedes ver el dolor o el más mínimo dolor, pero eres el absoluto conocedor, dice, yo no hago nada. Y si de todas maneras existe en vos esta sensación de que podés herir, haz pratikraman.
So pratikraman is for the relative, you see. The relative is still not letting go. The pratikraman is the inability of the relative to let go, that I am still in control. I am doing it. I hurt that person, you see. And Dadashri says there is no connection. There is zero connection between what is happening in the relative and pure applied awareness. You say, we just read that, there is no connection.
El practikrama es para el relativo. ¿Por qué? Porque el relativo no suelta, no quiere soltar. El relativo dice, yo lo hice, yo lastimo, yo todo, ¿no? Pero Dada dice, hay cero conexión entre lo relativo y el puro, absoluta alma pura.
Yeah, pratikraman is not part of the Gnani Vidhi, okay? Gnani Vidhi ends with 5 agnas, okay? Pratikraman comes later. When you miss any of the 5 agnas, when you miss the Upayog, when you miss the awareness as the pura, you're walking on the road and you see a very handsome man, and you're still thinking about it when a mile later, then you suddenly wake up and say, no, I'm a pura. I miss saying this, I'm a pura, So then you can see the Amapura. The Pratikraman is because of missing the Agna, oh Dada, I missed your Agna, please forgive me. That is the highest Pratikraman. Oh Dada, I missed your Agna, please forgive me. Please forgive me. So get back into the Agna,
El practikraman no... El practikraman... Espera
Yes.
por favor, Tela, que traduzco y así después te traduzco vos. Gracias. El practikraman no viene con el Gnani, vino luego. Viene cuando pierdes las agnas, cuando pierdes la conciencia del alma pura. Por ejemplo, si ves un hombre que es guapo y después te quedas pensando en él, él es alma pura. tú eres alma pura, él es alma pura. Y dada, y el practikrama más elevado que se puede decir es, oh Dada, perdí tus agnas, por favor, perdóname.
Yes, Stella.
Shuddha, quiero volver unos párrafos atrás para que me aclares algo. ¿Puede ser?
Sí. Sí, decime la pregunta. Sí, pregunta.
Bueno, la pregunta es una aclaración, una ampliación de algo que me pareció muy interesante sobre el Vyavastit y que no me quedó tan clara, creo que la puede ampliar. Él dijo, quiero saber bien esa dinámica entre nuestro accionar y a la vez no ser el hacedor de los efectos. Eso me encantaría que lo amplíe. Porque dijo una parte en la que accionamos.
Se me entrecorta, por favor, repetí. Hay una parte.
En una parte explicó que hay algo entre nuestro accionar y no ser el...
Y no ser el hacedor. Se entrecorta, no sé si soy yo o sos vos. Entre el accionar y no ser el hacedor.
¿Entendiste ahora, Patri?
Se corta, me quedo sin escucharte. Te vuelvo a preguntar yo, a ver si entendí bien. Entre lo que sucede, entre la acción, entre el accionar y que no soy el hacedor. ¿Esa es tu pregunta?
No, entre nuestro accionar, cuando accionamos, él dijo unas palabras sobre el accionar que yo por mi poca audición no las escuché bien. Y después explicó que incluso accionando no fuésemos el hacedor total de los efectos. Esto me encantaría si lo puede ampliar.
Gracias, Estela.
¿Entendiste ahora, Patrick?
Sí, creo que sí. There is something of Javascript that is not clear for her. And that this is from another satsang, and you said that what is happening, and while things are happening, we are not the doers. As an example, por ejemplo, si estás cocinando, no sos la cocinera. ¿Esto querés decir como ejemplo?
No. Mira, al hacerle la pregunta se me aclaró. Yo tengo un accionar X, esperando un resultado, y viene absolutamente otro resultado. Por eso no soy la hacedora de los efectos. No puedo saber qué efecto has sentido, aunque yo te ame, te quiera enseñar. No sé qué efecto va a hacer en el otro. Esto. Él dijo que no somos el hacedor total de los efectos, que no tenemos dominio sobre los efectos. A ver si entendí bien.
While she is doing something with the intention, it will come a result. And it comes what it comes. Maybe it comes what she wants or not. But she was not very clear about that.
Yes. Yeah, this is a very important sentence of Dada. In fact, Dada says that this is a fundamental sentence of Dada in the science of cause and effect. Cause and effect. That every human being doesn't understand effect, the word effect. Whatever is happening in this life, when they believe that this is happening to me, I am this person and this is happening to me, that does not remain as an effect. Inside, a new cause is happening, you see. So this whole world, you and I, our effect, your effect and my effect, and the effect of your neighbor is all an effect only. The only difference between your neighbor who has not had the Gnanvidhi and you and I, Tela, is that for us it is a pure effect. In other words, we are disconnected. We do not deepest down believe that this is happening to me. Yes, we will say, oh, this happened to me, this happened to me. But inside, our awareness is llama pura. Okay, I'm pure soul. I'm the knower of this that is happening. And therefore, new causes cannot happen. The causes happen because of ownership of that which is already happening. This is happening, and you say it's happening to me, it's mine, it's happening to me again. So then the new causes happen. All right, let you translate that much.
Tela dice Shuddha que esto es una oración, esto es muy importante, es algo que dijo Dada, muy importante sobre la ciencia de la causa y el efecto. Todo ser humano no entiende la palabra efecto. Creer que me pasa a mí o que yo soy no permanece con el efecto, pero sí está causando, está creando una nueva causa surge. Por ejemplo, el efecto de lo que me sucede a mí, mi vecino tiene otro efecto, pero todo es parte de un efecto. Entonces, nosotros ahora tenemos el conocimiento de que, profundamente, de que no, esto no está pasándome a mí, yo soy absoluta alma pura y el conocedor de todo lo que sucede. Pero en el creer que yo soy esta persona y que esto me está sucediendo a mí y esto me lo hicieron, eso genera causas. Pero cuando ya sabemos que esto a mí no me pasa, yo soy alma pura, entonces las causas no suceden, no se crean nuevas causas.
Yes, as long as there is this sense that I am doing it, I'm the doer, which is the case for the entire world. Vyavasthat is the doer. Scientific circumstantial evidence is the doer cannot exist. And so this clarity should be it should be absolute for you and I and all of us. The reason we say scientific circumstantial evidence or vyavastha is the doer is because that is how it is. There is no one doing this. And we become aware of it because we are separate from this body complex that the world identifies as Tela or Shuddha, and we can see everything that is going on. We can see everything that's going on inside as well as outside, you see. And we also see that it is separate and that this Tela is under the control or the governance and influence of another energy called scientific circumstantial evidence, you see. And I am the blissful knower of that. I am the blissful knower of that. So I am a pura, you see.
Mientras que exista la creencia de que yo soy el hacedor, ya evidencias científicos circunstanciales no pueden existir. Esta es la razón por la que decimos que Yavastit y evidencias científicas circunstanciales es el hacedor, porque nadie es el hacedor. Tenemos conciencia, estamos separados. Y vemos o conocemos lo que sucede tanto dentro o fuera de tela, por ejemplo. Y tela está bajo la influencia o poder de la evidencia científica circunstancial. Y tu ser es el dichoso conocedor y alma pura.
Yes, and you said that if I do something, I can see the results, and whatever you do now, you are not doing it, Tela is doing it, and Tela is making the decision to do this, and Tela gets the results, and that is all programmed from past life, you see. You should not get into the belief that I am doing it. You should say, Tela decided to do this, Tela decided it, and this was the result. Tela couldn't do this, that is the result, you see. So that kind of separation is the Agna. That is the new knowledge, you see. So Tela will do or not do. Tela will do something good, Tela will do something wrong, Everything is happening now. Everything is happening. It is not under your control. To believe that it is under your control is a very big mistake after Gnanvidi. Very big mistake, because it will keep you, it will not let you progress. It will not bring you the results as they were meant to happen through the simple agnas of Dada, you see, Dada, this is so important. This is very important.
Si hago algo y veo los resultados, Tela no lo hace. Ella puede ver los resultados y puede decir, Tela decidió hacer esto o aquello, y puede ver. Tela para cosas que estén bien, cosas que estén equivocadas, pero todo está sucediendo y no está bajo tu control. Esto es un error después de haber tomado el Gnanvidi y no permite que progresemos. Solo estar en las 5 agnas.
And also, there is nothing wrong in letting Tela have the control. Tela will have control of certain things. Tela may also insist about certain things. But then because of Tela's insistence in certain things, Tela is the one who is going to suffer. All of this part is part of the program, you see. Your role is to see what is happening to Tela, Now you can see. You can say, you can tell Tala, see, you insisted, scientific circumstantial evidence brings the results, not your insistence. Not your insistence, no matter what you do, Vyavasthit is the doer. No matter what you do, Vyavasthit is the doer. That is how, so this way you are coming into Agna 3, and the other person is the Amapura. She's my daughter, is by relative viewpoint, but she's Amapura, you see. This is how you keep. He's my grandchild, but he's Amapura. I'm a grandchild, Amapura. All the time, this awareness is pure applied awareness.
Yes. Tela puede tener el control de algunas cosas, Tela puede insistir, pero todo esto lo único que va a traer será sufrimiento. Pero sí puedes ver qué le pasa a Tela, ¿no? Y si Tela insiste, bueno, las evidencias científicas circunstanciales te traerán el resultado. Y no importa lo que hagas, lo que suceda es Yavasthit. Entonces poder este Agna 3, el tercer Agna, es ella es mi hija, ella es alma pura, esta es mi nieta, es alma pura, y tú eres alma pura.
Gracias, Shuddha.
Yes, my dear. Yeah, you see this. This it's the word, and we are space birds. Space birds in our flight to moksha, to final liberation, each one of us. And both the wings, this is the wing of Vyavahar or worldly interaction, and this is the wing of Alma Pura, Soyama Pura. Now these two wings have to fly in coordination, move in coordination, you see. And that's the last sentence of our reading today, you see. That is the last sentence. What does it say? It says let the worldly interaction prevail in the worldly interaction, and you,
but in your worldly
yeah, let the worldly interaction prevail in the worldly interaction, and you remain in pure awareness, you see.
Esta es la última oración que hemos leído hoy. Primero dice Shuddha que nosotros somos como aves en el espacio que vuelan hacia moksha. Una es el mundo, la vida mundana, ¿no? Y el otro es el alma pura. Y es volar en coordinación. Y esa es la última oración que leímos hoy. Las interacciones mundanas son de naturaleza verdaderamente mundana, pero en tus acciones mundanas, veme, ten conciencia de mí, mantén la conciencia pura. Shuddha Upayog.
This, it's not the dealings. Instead of the word dealing, it is interaction. Everything, every interaction through the mind, through the speech, through words, you say, is vyavahar, not dealings. Dealings is, is to deal back and forth. It's not that. Anything that is happening through the mind, speech, and body that is going on with anyone else is indeed prevailing in its own nature. You see, this worldly interaction prevails in its own nature. That is the nature of the Prakriti. It will continue to do as it was programmed, you see. Yeah, it was programmed like that. Laura's was programmed like that. Tella's was programmed like that. Shuddha's was programmed like this. So every Prakriti is programmed. And so let it be, let it be, let it be. Don't, let it be. You remain in Agnas. You remain in Agnas. That is, and you remain in Shuddha Upayog, pure applied awareness, you see.
Yes. Todas las interacciones mundanas que tienen que ver con la mente, el cuerpo y el habla es y a bajar. Y no es algo para que tengamos que lidiar o hacer algo con eso. Esto tiene que ver con el Prakriti. El Prakriti es como es y esto fue programado. Entonces déjalo ser y permanece en las agnas, en la pura conciencia aplicada. Upayog.
Yes, my friends, if you understand one Prakriti, which is your own, you can understand every Prakriti, this. If you can understand your own self, a small SELF, I have to understand this guy called Shuddha, you have to understand Tela. If you understand, then you see everything. This is how it is. To understand means to see it first. Just see. 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 Just see. and you'll be so busy seeing it that you will have no time to see anyone else's Prakriti. you have no time to see what he is doing or what she is doing. You'll be so busy seeing yourself only. What's going on here, you see? You don't have to change it. You don't have to change it. You don't have to interfere in it. You don't have to say this. You don't have to say this is wrong, this is right, or this is bad. What will other people think about it? No, just see it. Just see it. Just see it.
Yes. Si puedes entender tu propio Prakruti, tu propio ser con minúscula, entonces vas a entender luego. Y se trata solo de ver, solo ver. Y estarás tan ocupado viéndote, viendo tu propio ser, que no tendrás tiempo de ver a otras personas, ni tampoco vas a querer cambiar a tu propio Prakriti. Lo ves, no lo cambias, no lo interfieres, no lo criticas, no está bien, no está mal, solo observa, ve.
You know, we read a very beautiful sentence. What does the Lord say? What does the Lord say? And the Lord is within everyone, including everyone here, Gonzalo, Gracie, Ella, Evangelina, Silvina, Solange, etc. Right? The Lord. All right. So what does the Lord say? The Lord says, I don't have any other problems. I only please do my darshan. Do my darshan. See me. Yes. See me and you're free. That's all. Just see me. If whether it is the man who comes to do some work in your home, or whether it is the lady who comes to clean your home, or whoever comes in across you from morning till evening, that is the one agna that you cannot miss. See, ellos pura. How do you say you too are alma pura in Spanish?
Tú también eres alma pura.
Oh, tú también eres alma pura, okay.
Eres alma pura, tú también eres alma pura. Yes.
Tú también eres alma
Tú
pura.
también.
Tú también. Tú también eres
alma pura.
Ere Amafura. Write it down in the chat for me, my dear Laura, because then I will study that. So the Germans say Ich bin reine Seele, du bist reine Seele. Ich bin reine Seele, I am pure soul, du bist reine Seele, you too are pure soul. You see, and who Shuddhatma chu? Tame Shuddhatma cho. Who Shuddhatma cho? Tame Shuddhatma cho. You, my Lord, are also pure soul. Now, this is such a beautiful, pure applied awareness. It's the simplest and the easiest. And but by nature we are used to doing complicated things, so we think we forget this. We don't do this. You enter a bus full of people, and you have to stand. There is no seat, so stand and just go one by one. Tú también, tú también. Ich bin.
Eres alma pura.
Tú también eres alma pura. Soy alma pura. Tú también eres alma pura. By the time you're finished. By the time you're finished seeing everybody on the bus, your station has come to get down, you see, and you have been in pure applied awareness, you see. You keep doing this and you will go to heaven, and you get the seat up there and the throne of the king of the celestial beings. But it's so precious, my friends, so precious. what is most precious is we are not applying, you see. And you and I are familiar with this example, but I will tell you, I open both hands like this, right? And then in front of you all, somebody places a very, very precious, very, very precious diamond. It is a very expensive, big, shiny diamond, okay, in this hand. You can all see it. You can all see it. Then I close it. All right? It will remain in your awareness that this fist has got the diamond. I don't have to show it to you. You'll know this one is the one that has the diamond. That diamond is the llama pura. And that diamond was not only shown to you, but was given to you as an experience of this is who I am in the Gnani Vidhi. You see? It cannot go away. It cannot go away. When it comes to Soyama Pura, it is eternal. The same is the case with the poor man on the street or the beggar on the street or the rich man going in a limousine on the street, you see. The same is the case in everyone, you see. So that is how, yeah.
¿Qué dice el Lord a todo esto, no? Dice, y el Lord está en todos nosotros que estamos aquí, dice, yo no veo problemas, no busques problemas, ven y haz darshan. Y alguien, por ejemplo, que viene a trabajar a mi hogar o me lo cruzo en mi casa, es estar siempre en este acto. Yo soy alma pura y tú también eres alma pura. Es la más bella y pura aplicación de la conciencia. No compliquemos las cosas. Por ejemplo, si vamos en un micro y vamos parados y no hay asiento, si vamos parados y decimos yo soy alma pura y cada uno de todos los que van en el micro los miramos y son alma pura, el viaje va a ser corto y además vamos a estar como sentados en el más bello sillón del Rey de los seres celestiales. Y hay un ejemplo maravilloso que acaba de dar Shuddha, que es, yo abro mis manos y todos pueden ver, y alguien coloca un bello diamante grande, divino, muy costoso, y todos pueden ver el diamante. Y cierro las manos, y sabes dónde está el diamante. Y sabes, aunque no lo veas, sabes dónde está el diamante, porque el diamante fue mostrado. El diamante es la experiencia de quién eres tú, que eres alma pura. Esto lo recibimos en el Gnani Vidhi, y esto es eterno. Y el alma pura está tanto en el mendigo en la calle, como en la persona rica que va en una limusina en la calle, en todas las personas.
Yes, my friends. So, is there anybody else who wants to say anything before we say, let's say chat, what does anything in chat here? Laura, that's Laura translating everything, so thank you very much. You are also a pure soul. Tú eres alma pura. Tú eres alma pura.
Tú también.
Tú también eres alma pura.
Oh,
Tú también eres alma pura. My brother who is a doctor up north in North Carolina is visiting me and is learning Spanish. So I'm going to give him this phrase. He's a Mahatma too. So tú también eres alma pura.
Dice Shuddha que tiene un hermano que vive en el norte de Carolina que es médico y ahora lo está visitando, así que le va a dar esta frase, esta oración, y está aprendiendo español también, así que ahora le va a dar esta oración.
yeah, he is learning Spanish, with a lot of lessons online, etc. And I said, why don't you just join, or why don't you? I'll introduce you to my translators, and they will teach you beautiful Spanish, And
Yes. Yes,
so,
of course.
Yes. All right. So Shuddhatma Bhagwan. I just thank you very much. Laura and Patricia and Shuddha are very grateful for you all listening to the words of Dada with so much presence and energy, and we thank you for that. And we thank you for your presence here. And I just would like to inform you that this coming Wednesday I will not be with you because I'm just having a minor surgery in this eye, and so
You're having what surgery?
A little surgery, I've, instead of putting so many eye drops in his eye, my surgeon decided, let's just do a simple surgery, so I'm having it on Monday, and so I will probably take a break from, and so the only satsang next week with you is next Wednesday. So I just wanted to inform you in advance that I will not be present.
Okay.
All right.
Bueno, Shuddha acaba de decir primero que todo, gracias de Shuddha, gracias de Patricia, gracias de Laura, que somos muy bendecidos porque todos están aquí en su presencia para escuchar las palabras de Dada. Y que el próximo miércoles no va a estar presente porque va a tener que hacerse una pequeña intervención en el ojo, le van a poner unas gotas y el médico le dijo que guarde reposo, así que próximo miércoles no hay satsang con Shuddha. There is no satsang on Wednesday.
Yes, Ella.
That she wish you to be fine.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
We all wish you the best.
Yes, thank you very much.
Dada bless you.
Yes. Dada is with us all, and the satsang will continue. It will make me feel much better because I'm, in a way, it's getting tiring putting so many eye drops in my left eye, and so.
Esto va a ser algo que lo va a mejorar porque está cansado de ponerse gotas en el ojo izquierdo todo el tiempo.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Jai Sachidanand, huh? Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.